Today we are going to examine a Scheeffer recording Wattmeter. It's manufactured by the Packard Electric Company of St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. I do not have an exact date on this meter, as I have been unable to find out much information about it to date, although it would appear that it was possibly the first meter manufactured by Packard after diamond meter was absorbed by Packard. Now, this particular meter is rated at 30 amps and 100 to 110 volts. This particular unit has a serial number 7774. Here you can possibly see the disc rotating through a small circular window on the bottom. Presently it is being energized by my 1300 watts of incandescent lamp load. And I will pan the camera over to the light source, or the load. And there you'll see the large lamp on the left is a 1000 watt lamp, and the smaller to the right is a 300 watt. So this particular meter is rated at 30 amps. So the approximately 15 amps or slightly less of load that I have connected to it will certainly not hurt the meter in any manner, shape, or form. Now, we're going to pan back over to the meter again, and I'm going to take the cover off of it. I've already taken 2 of the free screws out of the bottom. So here we go, taking the cover off. Now, there's quite a lot different construction inside these old meters as what there were on some of the later new ones. Now, the whole unit is a heavy cast metal case, and let's see if I can prop this meter up a little bit. Well, I guess the easiest thing to do is to just hold it. It only has one braking magnet, and as you can see, the disc is turning around. Now, this disc is rotating backwards to what later meters turned, but it seems as though quite a few of the early ones rotated from right to left instead of left to right. And there is a direction arrow on the disc inside, indicating that it is turning in the proper direction. Now, inside, these are the motor coils, or the potential coils. The 2 rather large ones, which are wound with a fairly decent gauge of wire. Now, those things would probably never ever open up, like a lot of the later meters, but were wound with very small wire, small gauge of wire, and they were wound much too tight. And as a result, any extreme variations in temperature, lightning hits, or what have you, would cause the potential coils to go open and the meter would die. Anyway, the chances of these old ones dying are very remote. But as I say, there's not a whole lot that I can explain on this particular meter, as I do not have the historical facts and figures as per the years that these things were first produced and when last produced. Now, this I'm going to just lay this down on its back, and I'm going to move the top of the case over here. Now, in the top you can see a rather ancient wax seal that states that the last time that this meter was verified or sealed by the Department of Trade and Commerce was in January of 1922. So these things usually only had a seal period of about 5 years, so we'd have to assume that by 1927 this thing would have been pulled out, and where it's never been resealed, that would indicate that it would be scrapped somewhere around the 1920, well, it should be around 27, but it could be anywhere, so 25 to 28 sort of thing. That is, if the meter had been removed. If it was still in service, it probably would go the full 5 years of production. Not too much of anything terribly interesting inside the cover. As I say, it is cast iron. And there we have the nameplate. It's rather interesting. They were pretty elaborate in their style of printing and the way the nameplates and everything were laid out. Now again, here's our Type G Packard meter, still turning. The next meter that I have in my collection, in which I'll do a separate video on, is the Packard Type K. Now, I have no way of knowing how many different types of meters there were. This one being a Type G, the next one I have is a K, and after the K I have an R, and I have an S, and an S1, and then an A, and an A1, and an A1A, an A2A, a B1A, a B1XA, B2A, B3A, B4A, and B5A. Starting mid-production of the B2 Packards, Packard Electric and Ferranti Electric merged and became Ferranti Packard Electric. However, that will be a subject for a further video. So anyway, I believe that's all I can say about the Scheeffer recording watt meter. Is manufactured by Packard Electric, St. Catharines, Ontario, under their Type G brand. And thank you very much for watching this video.